Hello, I'm Moyle, and today I'll be taking you through my reflective analysis for Folio 2. Beginning with my rationale and concept. The rationale behind my project was to attempt to complete a character design from beginning to end, eventually culminating in a 3D animation using whatever character I created. I chose to do this because I'm not a skilled character modeler, texturer, rigger, or animator, or even at using all the tools within Maya or other related programs. So this project was an opportunity for me to explore new things and broaden my horizons as an artist. Moving on to field and context, the field in which my project falls into is definitely character design, leading into animation at a much later point. Although my project does not really stand out, particularly in this field, unfortunately, it is more hopefully going to make me stand out more in this field. Hopefully when I put myself out there as an artist, people will see me as a greater asset to their projects due to my broader skill set. As well, I'll also be able to apply myself more to projects that I want to do for myself, since I already enjoy character design so much, and all these extra skills will definitely help me in my own personal endeavors. Moving on to methods. My methods included following the character design pipeline provided online by multiple different artists and eventually creating my own character. That character design pipeline being back on the first page here, beginning with deciding on the type of character that I'm going to create, mine obviously being a main character, moving on to concept art, and then blocking out the character in 3D using that concept art to create a rough low poly shape, and then you'll go into ZBrush or another sculpting program to create a much higher resolution version, in which point that high res version will be given to a different person, most likely, to be retopologized into a lower resolution version, so it works much better in the scene. At that point, you would UV and bake maps, and then texture the character, and then eventually make sure it looks good in whatever engine you're going to use it for. And at that point, that asset would be delivered. I worked tirelessly towards this goal, I think. Although I did not produce an animation in the end due to different setbacks, all these setbacks really taught me how to use the different tools which expanded my skill set. I think that when I use them in the future, I'll be able to apply them to a broader set of projects and also at a faster pace than what I'd used them here. So although I did not reach the point at which I was hoping, I believe that my main goal of learning and experiencing the life of a character designer within the industry was quite a success. And then just here I have my starting at concept, and then blocking out the character, and then I have the low resolution versions of the head and body, and then I have the high resolution versions of the head and body with the X-Gen hair. Alright. Moving on to production. My key production objects would have to have been the concept art created at the beginning, the low poly model of the body as well as the sculpt of the head, the X-Gen hair, and finally the finished, textured, and rigged model. To me, these objects realize and explore each step of the character designer's pipeline. These objects explored my earlier concept as they are the key steps to the 3D character designer's workflow. The character I have now is the sum of all my learning and struggles. Moving on to the discussion of the outcome. To be honest, my current work in progress is behind in my schedule. The X-Gen hair is a complete resource hog and causes my Maya scene to slow down tremendously. So I attempted to transfer my X-Gen groom to actual polygons. It was an equally bad resource hog as polygons, but actually stuck to my model and moved when the rig was manipulated, which was awesome. So now the next steps to make the model and scene usable is to explore making hair another way, such as using textured planes, a sculpted wig, or even attempting X-Gen at a lower density of hair. I need to find a way to reduce the amount of stress my model is putting on my scene, as it is currently unusable, and after a day of rendering at 720p, I still didn't have enough time to get a full turntable done. Here is my 720p low resolution turntable, as you can see. It really did not turn out well. I really wish I could have done more. The setbacks that I keep mentioning are the X-Gen hair refusing to follow the model correctly, despite parenting and adding animation guides, the hair appearing in the viewport but not in the Arnold render view, skin weights getting exported to update a model and then not re-importing correctly, requiring me to skin weight multiple times and having a hard time in general with skinning, and finally my issue with Substance Painter plugin for Maya, refusing to import my displacement maps, leaving Ablis's skin looking like wet clay. With these issues known now, I did not allow for these issues in my weekly schedule, nor did I account for the time I would have to spend watching YouTube tutorials to learn all these new skills. I assumed everything would go perfectly. Despite these setbacks, I think that I have definitely met my goal of learning more and creating a 3D character ready for animation, such as the concept designing in model sheets, moving on to modelling a primitive low poly model, to adding detail, texturing, rigging, sculpting, skin weight painting, and a little bit of posing towards the end of the project. I've learnt what I should and shouldn't do, and a lot of things to speed up the process for next time I do it. I very much look forward to exploring the animation, acting, performance, and believability in Studio 2, because I unfortunately missed out on animation here in Studio 1. Moving on quickly, this is just this render here was done in 1440p or 2K. It's literally took 5 minutes, and that's just because I removed the hair. Anyway, thank you for listening to my reflective analysis, and I guess I'll see you guys next time.